When the aliens first invaded, they nearly destroyed us. They will be back.
Hello, welcome to Premier Scene. I'm Claire Bueno as Harrison Ford, Sir Ben Kingsley and Asa Butterfield all land in Leicester Square, London as they launch Ender's Game.
There's greatness in you, Ender. The world needs you. You were bred for this.
One of the thrills of being an actor is to find a new and exciting role, and I just wondered what it was that was unique about Mazer that you wanted to portray him.
It's the context, it's the bigger picture really. I felt that I was being invited to be a certain force in the development of a young soul that forms that soul, rather like strong hands on a piece of clay, that you push your thumb in and it's there forever. And I found that very appealing, that my message to him was warrior. You must be a warrior. That is who you are. That is who we are. That is what we do. Viola Davis's function is to be the more protective mother, the maternal influence. Then you have Abigail's unconditional love as a sister. Then you have the comradeship of Hailee. So each one of us had this lovely, pure ingredient with which to push and pull and guide Asa's performance. Because Asa's performance, pretty well, is reactive. I mean, he does have wonderful initiative as a young man and as a young actor, but that character is formed by how he reacts to the pushes and pulls of those around him. So I was either a push or a pull. I think I was a push, but it was great.
And with regards to
Yes.
Asa and the young cast, the children are so liberated as performers, and I wondered just how it frees you up as an actor by being with people like that.
You're absolutely right. Very often people say, what advice do I give to the young actor? That you're absolutely right. It's the other way. It's very much a two-way street. And to work with young actors who act from the heart, with no filter, no safety valve, and no interference between their heart and their voice is very thrilling. It ups your game. Yeah.
And with regards to the three books, did it help with the motivation of your character having two other books to follow and help with your preparation?
Well, with all respect to literature, I didn't read any of the books. I really loved what Gavin had done with translating that book to a screenplay, and I thought, Gavin, you've done your work. I respect it. I'm going to learn my lines.
You see things in a way we can't. You alone can understand the enemy. You will be the one to save mankind.
Now, one of the lines that Harrison Ford says about you is that there's a greatness in you, Ender. And I just wondered what the greatness was for you when you read the part.
It's a good question. That's one of the things that's really, really interested me about the role of Ender, is how the character, often in science fiction, especially science fiction films, adventure films, the character is a sort of silver-covered hero. And Ender, he's nothing like that. He's not innocent. He's quite dark, and for that, Graff needs that for Ender to pull off what he does in the end, without giving away too much, of course. But I think that's what Graff sees, is he's a hero, but he's got what it takes to do what needs to be done. And that's what was really interesting for me.
And is carrying literally the weight of the world on his shoulders. So how do you prepare for a part that has so much responsibility?
Yeah, I think one of the things which someone brought up recently is how, of course, it's nowhere near on the same scale, but as a young actor, there is often a lot of pressure on you to be the star. I mean, obviously, me living in London, it's definitely lowered that a lot. In Hollywood, I think it's completely different. But yeah, that compared to Ender, who's got a similar pressure, obviously a lot bigger. But yeah, I think that's something which is quite relatable about him.
And is there a particular thing that you will take away from you, a particular memory that you particularly enjoyed from making the film?
I think in any film, for me, the best experience is the people that you meet and the experiences that you have and the friendships that you form. Is like, it's amazing.
Unless we act now, Earth will be annihilated.
We're out of time.
When the story picks up, this isn't the first alien invasion, and I just wondered how that helped you prepare your backstory.
You know, there's a
a book that backs this up. The film's based on a book that was written 28 years ago. Very thoughtful book. It predicted things like the internet, drone warfare, and there was plenty of detail for me to draw upon to create the character. But the root of the character is in the relationship between Ender and my character. And I'm both manipulator and mentor, and you have to be there. Yeah, I leave it to experience rather than describe it.
He's not ready.
You're never ready. Go when you're ready enough.
Track them from below the ice. Shoot straight. Stay calm. Here we go. I've never seen anyone do that.
This must have been an incredibly exciting script for you to get your teeth into.
Yeah, my gosh. I remember reading it, and the first thought was, how are they going to pull this off? How much fun is this going to be? And it was. I mean, there was never a dull moment on this set, and it was one of the best experiences I've had yet.
What was it about the character that you particularly connected with?
I love that my character in the film, Petra Arkanian, is very strong and very independent, and she plays this game of sort of constantly working to maintain the respect from her peers, and I think that that's so awesome, and the way that she carries herself is really amazing, the way she does it given the circumstances she's under.
Was this quite a physical role as well for you to have to prepare for? What was that like?
Yeah, this role required the most physical training, physical preparation I've ever had to do. So that was exciting for me. That was definitely a part of why I loved the whole idea. We were in military boot camp for quite a while, where we learned how to march and how to salute. We learned different cadences, really anything that you'd learn in a military camp. So yeah, it was exciting. Again, never a dull moment, and always something exciting happening.
We should tell him the truth.
Why?
When it's over, what will be left of the boy?
What does it matter if there's nothing left at all?
You've written the script as well as directed it. And I just wondered, this must be quite a personal journey for you, this story that you wanted to tell.
Yeah, you know, people read this book at different times of their lives. I read it as an adult. I was drafted into the military when I was 17 years old. So when I'm reading this book about 5 years ago, it was stirring up all kinds of feelings that I thought, this is really surprising. This is a science fiction movie. It's about kids who were actually younger than I was when I was drafted. But that sense of being taken from your home, moved, you know, thousands of miles away, have people yell and scream at you all day, encourage the more aggressive side of your nature, which your mum would really not approve of, you know. All of these conflicting ideas really resonated for me in the book, because that's what happens to Ender Wiggin. He's taken from home to a military school, he's far away from family, and in a way he's now got a new family. Harrison Ford is his sort of new surrogate father, manipulator, dad. Viola Davis is almost like a surrogate mum, and yet they have a very specific agenda, which is to win a war. And so this struggle between parents trying to raise a brilliant kid to do a job that adults can't do is at the core of an otherwise big science fiction movie.
And with regards to it being a big science fiction movie and the special effects, you're putting your actors into no doubt a blue or green screen scenario. So do you then work with your young actors to bring their performance out in them?
Yeah, I mean, one of the challenges when you're making a film like this is there is a lot of green screen, and so, you know, they all laugh at me because I'm like a crazy, because there's a big bang over here, I mean, that's bigger bang, bigger, loud. Okay, now it's very quiet, now it's, listen, now it's really quiet. And these poor actors, you know, they're looking at me as if I'm a lunatic, but their imagination has to be in sync with what I'm going to do visually on the other side. And we had a fantastic team. And then I say all that about green screen, but, you know, a huge parts of the movie were also filmed on brilliantly built sets. And wherever you can build a set, there's nothing better, because for an actor to actually physically touch and be in a real environment takes a huge amount of pressure off me, off them, and so wherever possible you do build the sets. But there are certain points where we didn't build huge giant spaceships coming past Asa Butterfield's head. That's green screen. I'm going, look, I'm a big spaceship now, I'm going by over here, look over here.
If you don't try, then we will all be lost. I'll do everything I can to win this war.
You've got Orson Scott Card as one of the producers. How did that benefit you as having the author on board?
he, I think, had not trusted other teams before, and when studios had this novel before Gigi got a hold of it, I don't think he was very trusting that they would be true to it. So when we indicated our true intention to be true to the book, he blessedly then said, go with God, and gave us all the freedom to just do what we had to do to make the movie. And and that was a great gift, because sometimes you can be working on something and have an author really meddling with you or not trusting the filmmakers. And this time we just got an incredible amount of freedom once we proved that we were going to be true to the book.
If you succeed, you will be remembered as a hero. He's abandoning his entire fleet. He's in command. There's no stopping him now.
In 3, 2,